Red was one of the toughest opponents I ever faced. No matter how hard I hit her, which was pretty hard, she never backed down. Sorry, it feels strange to stand up here and talk about her in the past tense. Don't get me wrong, I'm honored to do this, but I never thought it would happen so soon. For Red or her best friend, Trey. Wherever Red went, Trey was there too. And tonight's no different. They truly are a package deal. They always had each other's backs, and that was certainly the case when I faced off against Red in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
Right now, this is anyone's match as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sticking with my pick of the rookie sensation, Red, to take home the briefcase.
Red faced an uphill battle just to qualify for this match. You have to wonder if that'll affect her chances here tonight.
Of course it will. You need to be fully rested if you want to win a grueling match like this. And Red came into tonight running on fumes.
Inside the ring now.
Boom, what impact. Ooh, what a punch.
That's how you stop your opponent.
She turns it around.
To the outside. Charlotte with a nice reversal.
Perhaps thinking about what to do next here. What a great job by Zelina Vega to take advantage.
And Shayna Baszler evades that one.
Stomping down. Ronda Rousey connected with a good shot there.
Big reversal.
Bang, right in the face.
And Charlotte was able to get out of danger there.
Lucky for her. Focused attack on the back.
That'll turn your lights out. Oh, when you look at this,
It looks like they both did their homework heading into this one.
oh, boom. Big back body drop.
What elevation. And no luck against Bianca Belair there.
Boom. Ooh, what a damaging blow. Oh, my God. Pendulum backbreaker.
Tick-tock. Reverses. Can she take advantage?
No, another reversal. Neither one of them are willing to give an inch here.
Oh, and a knee. Hit another.
Up the ladder goes. Heads up the ladder.
Drop kick.
Great athleticism.
Here we go. Can she pull it down?
We're about to find out. And the crowd is starting to come to their feet.
Oh, God, that hurt. She's in control.
Neckbreaker. Well scouted reversal there.
Beautiful drop kick.
Oh, windmill kick. It's going to be a race to the briefcase between Red and Ronda Rousey.
Hold on, the rest of their opponents are not ready for this match to be over.
And Red and Ronda come crashing down.
It's an absolute free-for-all to see who's going to get the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Ronda and Red have recovered, and I think they might have other plans.
Oh, no.
This is total chaos.
The window of opportunity is now wide open for Red and Ronda Rousey.
And scissors takedown.
Very nice. Back in the ring now. Ooh.
Charlotte with a nice reversal. Oh, it's not going to be pretty.
Heavy duty right there. A much-needed big move. Wow, that should be the final blow. Red setting up for something big.
All right, Red thinks she can match Ronda Rousey with strikes, and she's insane.
And now Ronda is punishing Red.
Is it too late to change my pick?
Wait a second. Red reverses. Zelina Vega has recovered and is setting up a ladder.
She's using everything she has left to drag herself up each rung, but will it be enough?
It might not be. Red's going to try to beat Zelina to the top.
Hold on, it's Andrade. What's he doing out here?
Is he putting Zelina Vega on his shoulders? How is this legal?
It's not only legal, it's smart.
It's Trey. I think he's seen enough from Andrade.
Trey has neutralized Andrade.
And that was the opening Red needed. This pains me to admit, Byron, but you might have been right about your prediction.
She's going to do it. In her first attempt, Red is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Wait, it's Ronda Rousey. This isn't over yet.
Ronda's got Red's arm.
Armbar on the top of the ladder.
She's got it locked in. Red's in big trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for her to grab a briefcase with a broken arm.
Can she escape before it's too late?
This truly is a historic day. I don't think I've seen you dressed up since our senior prom.
Oh yeah, our one and only date together because no one else would go with us?
I remember showing up in that sweet homemade $1 million man suit. Didn't you wear a cane mask? No wonder we couldn't get dates.
To be fair, the theme of the prom was a masquerade.
Still weird.
You have the list, right?
No, I thought you had it.
Seriously?
I put it in the safe just like you told me to. Man, the way you treat that thing, you'd think it was the Magnet Carta.
Did you say magnet?
Yeah, it's some really old, valuable magnet, right?
Just get it out of there.
No one was going to break into a hotel room and steal an old piece of notebook paper from high school.
It's not just an old piece of paper. That list has been the roadmap to our entire careers, and now there's only one thing left to cross off. Did you forget the combination?
It might have slipped my mind, but don't worry, I wrote it down on my phone. Which is also in the safe. This is why I always said we should have got the list tattooed on us. No chance of losing it, and we'd have way more street cred.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna be getting a teardrop tattoo if you don't get that thing open. This is what's going to give us confidence, recognition, success, everything we've ever wanted.
Your earth science notebook is going to do all that?
No. We're going to use it to make a list of everything we'll accomplish someday when we become WWE superstars.
We could do that. Or we could play my favorite lunchtime game, Guess What Mr. Bowman's Sweat Stains Look Like Today. I'm kind of seeing a heart shape. What do you think?
I think you need to take this seriously. Besides, it's a proven fact that if you write down your goals, it helps you achieve them.
Actually, now I'm thinking it looks more like a one-eared rabbit.
Fine. I'll go first to get the ball rolling. Become WWE Divas Champion. Your turn.
Okay. Star in a WWE action movie.
Really? That's one of your goals?
Do you want me to do the list or not? Besides, it's a proven fact, WWE action movies are some of the finest pieces of cinematic art ever produced, so it would be an honor to appear in one.
Whatever. Train at the dungeon.
Come up with awesome wrestling names.
Team with Mickey James.
Get my own action figure.
Compete on NXT.
Win a dance-off.
Wrestle Lita.
Find out what's inside Undertaker's urn.
Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Be in a WWE video game.
Win a ladder match.
I've got a match for you. My butt, your face. What are you two fartwads doing? This table is reserved for wrestling team members only.
I thought there was a lot of boogers stuck underneath it.
Funny. You can leave now.
Sorry, we're busy.
Get my own action figure, become WWE Divas Champion. Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey! Being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What, like this?
That was a huge mistake.
I, for one, can't wait to see Red put Brooklyn in her place.
Oh, so much for unbiased commentary.
Hey, this is Red's memory of how it went down, so of course I'm pulling for her. You are too.
Oh, yeah, I am. Go Red!
This reminds me of that movie with the spinning top. Everything's confusing and a little bit off. For example, I wasn't even a WWE commentator when Red was in high school.
Well, you're barely a WWE commentator now. None of this makes sense. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, Saxton.
Brooklyn Von Braun is a terrible human being who deserves everything she's getting here tonight.
I could not agree more, Michael.
I couldn't believe what Brooklyn did to their list. I mean, what did she expect was going to happen after that?
Yeah, if you ask me, Brooklyn's the real fartwad.
Brooklyn might have an opening here.
Brooklyn gets nailed with the sliding lunch tray takedown.
Can Red capitalize?
She's going up top.
Red with the picture-perfect moonsault.
That's it. It's all over. Red cemented herself as way tougher and cooler than Brooklyn will ever be.
That's exactly what happens when you make fun of Red. You pay dearly.
I'm still kind of confused about everything that just happened, guys.
Well, don't hurt your imaginary head, Byron.
Wait, let me get this straight. You remember your fight with Brooklyn when we were in high school, taking place in a WWE arena with a ring, sold-out crowd, and commentators?
The guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning my memory?
No, the guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning your sanity.
Whatever. I may have taken a few liberties with my story, but that is how I choose to remember it.
Well, as much as I'd love to join you in rewriting history, that day is scorched into my brain because that's how I got my nickname, Trey. This is how it really went down.
Get my own action figure? Become WWE Divas Champion? Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey! Being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What? Like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Oh no! I've unleashed Hothead Red!
I'm gonna take that marker, bring it to your grandmother's nursing home, and cross out parts of her chart so when the nurse goes to give her turn-down service, she won't know to flip her over. That's right! I'm gonna give your grandmother bed sores!
What is wrong with you?
Calm down, deep breaths, maybe we can talk this out.
I'm done talking! Ah!
This is what happens when you mess with the captain of the wrestling team! What are you gonna do? Hit me with a steel chair? Put me through a table?
Hit her with the chair.
I'm going to get help.
Everyone already knows Hothead Red, but let me introduce you to her best friend, Trey. Get it? Because he busted his butt on a lunch tray. Trey. Now her face matches her nickname. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. Hothead Red.
That could have been way worse.
Yeah. Brooklyn could have posted a video of the whole thing online. Oh, wait, that's exactly what she did.
I meant she could have dumped something worse on me, like mayo or hot sauce. And hey, at least she didn't destroy our list.
So what? I'm not gonna do any of those things anyway.
What do you mean?
We were just embarrassed in front of the entire school, and currently 672 people on the internet.
I bet a bunch of those are repeat views.
Great. We're not even touching on the fact that I got beat up by a lunch tray. I'm never going to be a WWE superstar. I'll just go to college and get a lame job like my parents want me to.
I think you need to read the letter again.
See? This is what I'm talking about. I can't even open my locker.
What's your combination?
1633-9, I think.
Letter, please. Here we go. I think this section is relevant right now. You've probably asked yourself a million times, why? Why didn't they want to be my parents? The truth is we did, but we had to make the hardest decision of our lives because we didn't feel we could give you the life you deserved. And that life is one where you can have the freedom to follow your dreams no matter what they might be, to become anything you want.
Using the only letter I have from my real parents as some sort of motivational speech is kind of a cheap move.
They're right, though. You got a second chance in life, and you need to make the most of it. So why sell yourself short? You need to at least try.
Fine. But when this whole WWE thing doesn't work out, I'm blaming you.
It'll work out. I promise. Assuming you never have to wrestle a lunch tray.
They're actually a lot tougher than they look.
Okay, so maybe my memory of that day is about her grandmother?
Yep. You had some serious rage issues back then. Did you also forget that's how you got your nickname because you were always seeing red?
No, I remember. And then Brooklyn tacked on the hot head part.
Gotta give her credit for that. You know, the rhyming definitely made it catchier. Hot head red, hot head red, hot head red.
Okay, we get it. Have you figured out that safe yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure I used the same combination I've always used for everything, which is... Got it!
Finally.
Was never in doubt.
I'm sorry you were locked in there all alone for so long. Mommy won't ever let that happen again.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
You're just jealous. We should get going. We can't be late.
Hey, we got a message from President Johnson. Do you think you impressed the most electrifying president in United States history with all your career achievements? Actually, you do. All the best on your big day. I'll be watching from the People's White House.
That's cool. But I voted for Kane.
Welcome, everyone, to a special milestone episode for the Buzz and Cole Show. Today,
working title.
Cole, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary of doing this podcast. We've long surpassed the time frame that something can be considered a working title.
Who are you? The working title police?
No, I'm the sanity police.
Let me see your badge then.
Okay, well, not only is this a huge moment in history for us, but it's also a massive weekend coming up with WrestleMania and the Hall of Fame ceremony headlined by the induction of best friends, Red and Trey.
Hey, speaking of best friends going into the Hall of Fame together, when do you think we'll go in?
I mean this in the nicest way, but that is never going to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, we are best friends, but I've done my thing here, and you've had a great career too, but it's all been outside of WWE. Not to mention the biggest factor keeping you out, which is the Triple H incident.
What? You mean when we invaded NXT together like 12 years ago? I would think he's gotten over that by now.
No, I mean when 3 years ago, someone spray-painted Triple H as a stupid turkey on his driveway.
For the last time, that wasn't me.
Cole, he has security camera footage of you doing it. Plus, you always call people turkeys.
Anyone who thinks I would do something like that, jeopardizing my career and my best friend, is a giant stupid turkey.
See? You just said it.
Only because you said it first. It was in the ether.
Well, I think we've managed to get wildly off topic, which, if you've been listening for the past 10 years, is par for the course around here. How about we take a quick break to regroup?
Fine. I don't need a break. Only stupid turkeys need breaks.
I still can't believe it's really all over for you and Red.
I know. It is starting to sink in, though.
Just this morning, I was thinking about that time we faced each other in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Man, that was brutal.
Yeah. But thanks to you in that match, now every time my jaw hurts, I know it's gonna rain.
Really? Maybe you should get that checked out.
No way. You might be the champ who runs the camp, but I'm the champ who knows when it's damp.
Yeah, that doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
Hey, pull that match up on your phone if you don't mind.
I spoke to Trey and AJ before this match, and both men admitted they didn't have a lot of experience in Falls Count Anywhere matches.
Taking that into consideration, Trey did tell me he used a rather unusual training method to prepare for tonight. He played hours and hours of Falls Count Anywhere matches on WWE 2K.
Yeah, because nothing will prepare you for one of the most brutal matches of your career, quite like sitting on a couch playing video games all day and night. What an idiot. Oh, flipping the script on him there. Oh, beautiful.
AJ Styles caught a bit off guard there,
Which is a rare sight. He had to be prepared to take some damage tonight.
anticipated that attack perfectly.
How impressive was that reversal?
He's just dominating at this point.
This is what he feeds off of.
AJ Styles has the uncanny ability to make big matches even bigger. Case in point, his show-stealing match against Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 33.
The dangers in this kind of match are endless. Byron, what can we expect in this one?
It's all about the dangers of the unknown. The fight could go anywhere. An attack can come from anywhere.
This is when we see just how far someone's willing to go to defeat their opponent, because anything goes.
There he goes, crashing to the floor. Perhaps feeling a little more comfortable on the outside at this point.
Reversal! What a counter!
And he's heading back in. Oh, the reversal by AJ Styles. There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
Again.
Hey, it seems to be working for him.
There is so much on the line in this one. And like they say, on any given night, anything can happen here in WWE.
AJ Styles moved out of the way there.
Looking for all the glory here. Very curious move to go for a pinfall at this point.
We're going to take more than that.
Gets out of the way. And fast.
Spine buster.
He could pin his opponent right here. 1, 2, 3. That's it. The match is over. Let's watch again how AJ Styles was toppled tonight.
Here is your winner, Angelo Miles.
You heard the ring announcer. This one's over. And here's your winner.
I'm not impressed at all by AJ Styles' effort tonight.
Well, I mean, he tried. I don't think anybody would have expected anything less from a match here at Extreme Rules. That was the absolute definition of vicious.
I just wanted to congratulate you, Red. You really deserve this.
Thanks, Natty. I know we had some differences over the years, but we always worked them out in the ring.
Yeah, except that one time we got into it backstage.
I forgot about that.
I didn't. You threw me into a road case.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What were we even fighting about?
The usual stuff. Who was better, the title, you saying you were the best female superstar to ever come out of Calgary.
That's right. Now I remember.
Things have clearly gotten personal between Red and Natalya.
This is on Red for claiming she was the best female superstar to ever come out of Calgary. That was pretty much a direct shot at Natty.
Natalya is certainly proud of her legacy and will go to any lengths to defend it.
Not what she was looking for.
Oh, it didn't go as planned there.
Scoop slam.
Oh, had that well scouted.
An impressive series of moves.
Looks like nobody's budging, Cole.
Definitely not where you want to be right now.
Natalya says, not this time. Natalya is a superstar who knows how to go the distance, weather the storm, and tough it out. She isn't someone to overlook.
No one's saying Natalya's being overlooked, but she can sometimes get caught up in playing to the WWE Universe. All it takes is one taunt too many, and her opponent could get the advantage over her. Natalya may be a veteran, but once her strategy flies out the window, she's scrambled.
The running Meteora.
I think it's about that time, gentlemen. Time for... Good God! Good God!
And it's Natalya with the reversal.
Big time clothesline.
Good grief.
Uh-oh. Neckbreaker.
She wants it one more time.
She ducks out of the way there.
Oh, my God.
No!
Spear! Right into the flat screen.
This has been a colossal battle to this point. No superstar is showing signs of backing down.
We are seeing all their best on display, but it might just come down to who can take advantage of a pivotal mistake.
Natalya able to counter beautifully. Oh, here we go. Boom! Michinoku driver.
Oh, yeah, here's Natalya.
Saw that one coming.
She returns the favor there.
Once more, setting it up. And the midsection is taking quite the beating here, Corey.
That's a good way to rearrange somebody's insides.
And it's Natalya with the reversal. And again, yet another counter.
Drop kick hits the mark. Wow, she turned that one around. Woo-wee.
Backslide driver.
You know what they call that? Something no one would ever do to me.
Harsh impact.
You only got one. Put to sleep, and this one is over.
Hey, it's X-Pac.
Just keep walking, we don't have time.
We always have time for X-Pac. Besides, you can't just ignore a WWE Hall of Famer.
I can. Trey.
Pac, what's going on?
Hey guys, looking good.
You too.
Thanks, I'm on this new mustard-only diet.
As in mustard is the only condiment you use?
No, as in I only eat mustard. I've already dropped like 7 pounds.
That's interesting.
But enough about me. This is your big night. I swear it was just like yesterday when I first saw you two on the indie scene.
Yeah, at that point we were only a couple years in.
And I was about 30 years in. But I could still go today if I had to. I'm telling you, this diet's legit.
I guess you could say you can cut the mustard, huh?
Anyway, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you, so thanks.
I'm sure you'd have been fine with it without my help. Trey, I don't think I can say the same for you. You were kind of the drizzling craps back then, no offense.
No, it's true. And I wasn't just a drizzle. I was more like a torrential downpour of crap. Red was always ahead of me from the moment we started training.
You can use this credit card for whatever you need, but we keep the reward points. I'm about 10,000 short of a free trip to someplace warm, and you're gonna help me get there. Deal?
Got it.
We are gonna miss you so much.
When did you get there?
I just had to be close to you one more time. It feels like yesterday we got that call. There was a boy in Denver who was ready to be adopted, and now you're all grown up and going off to college. I just can't believe it.
I know. Hard for me to believe, too.
We'll come visit soon, okay?
No, don't. I mean, a big part of college is learning independence, and if you're visiting all the time, then I'll never be able to do that.
Just be smart about the credit card, okay? Like, if there's a big keg party, put it all on the card and have everyone pay you back in cash. That way, I'll be headed for that free beach trip in no time. Hey, maybe we could go on spring break together.
Frank?
I have to go.
Okay, drive safe.
This is the part where you get out of the car.
Right. Call us when you get to school. We love you, Denver!
Do you believe this? We're finally doing it. Our very first list item. Train at the dungeon. Are you excited as I am?
I don't think that's possible considering you've already had 3 energy drinks before we've even left town. But this is gonna be cool.
I know. Think about how many top superstars came through Calgary. The Hearts, Edge, Jake the Snake Roberts, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and we're next.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a long way to go before we can be mentioned in the same sentence as those legends.
Everyone has to start somewhere though, right? And the dungeon is a great place to start. I still can't believe your parents were okay with all this. What happened to them wanting you to go to college?
They changed their minds.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Huh. Well, that's good. Hey, pull over real quick.
Bathroom break already?
No, I want to show you something. See that sign? Our faces are going to be on it someday.
You really think we can become more famous than the inventor of the paper toilet seat cover? He put a lot of butts in seats.
And when we make it to WWE, so will we.
Gord Wilson here, welcoming you back to Calgary Musings, your guide to living in the Stampede City. You know, it's that time of year where I like to remind everyone that in just a couple of short months, winter will be back. So while you're out enjoying the end of summer, keep in mind that pretty soon you'll be trading in tank tops for toques and sandals for skates. My point is, it's never too early to take inventory of last season's winter gear and make sure everything is ready to go before the first blast of cold air hits. Like I always say, you don't want to be caught with your snow pants down. One thing that isn't seasonal, however, is Calgary's love for professional wrestling. Which brings us to our sponsor for today's show, Riley Flash's Wrestling Academy. Let's hear from the man himself.
Hi, I'm Riley Flash. You may know me from WWE television when I carried the Macho Man's fancy chair to the ring, or the time Papa Shango set my feet on fire. Nowadays, I'm helping mold the superstars of tomorrow. So if you think you have what it takes to step in the ring, come on down to Riley Flash's Wrestling Academy. And for a limited time, if you mention this ad, your first training session is completely free, other than a one-time non-refundable initiation fee. So if you think you have what it takes, then give me a ring, and I'll see you in the ring. Riley Flash is not affiliated with WWE in any way whatsoever. All sales final.
All right, time for a road trip game. If you could face anyone who trained in Calgary in a dream match, who would it be?
Isn't it a little early for road trip games? We still have like 2,000 miles to go.
Come on, I'll get you started with some options. How about Bret Hart, Jake the Snake, or Rowdy Roddy Piper? That would be so cool to face a legend like that. Could you imagine?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Empire of Pain, from Cape Town, South Africa, weighing in at 243 pounds, Angelo Miles.
Byron, are you at all surprised by the intensity level inside this arena right now?
Not in the least bit, Michael. This is the one the WWE Universe has been looking forward to for quite some time.
Hot Rod is here.
And his opponent from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 230 pounds, Rowdy Roddy Piper!
Don't throw rocks at a man with a machine gun.
A former tag champion, a former Intercontinental champion, a former United States champion, and a main eventer at the very first WrestleMania. Hot Rod.
So you know when you're on a long drive to the next town and to pass the time, you start coming up with dream match scenarios? Well, these two facing each other is exactly that.
These are certainly two of the top names to ever pass through the Great White North.
When I'm on a long drive, I'm mostly just thinking about how grateful I am to be Byron free at the time.
You know you miss me.
Not a chance. Great reversal.
I gotta say, I'm impressed.
Now Roddy Piper making him pay. Hooked up.
Inverted suplex.
That hurt.
At the head.
When Monday Night Raw comes to your town, do us a favor. Make sure you show up to be a part of the longest running weekly episodic television show in history. Reverses. Can he make him pay? Tough situation to be in right here. He's feeling the effects of that last hit.
He planned for this and could still rally.
Phoenix Splash!
He wasted no time going for the pin.
Roddy Piper quickly getting his shoulder up.
Hey, I guess you never know.
What a counter!
Just carrying the opposition here. Slam!
Full Nelson.
Ooh, landed right on the neck.
It won't take long for the aggression to escalate quickly in this one.
Oh, look at just amazing reflexes on display.
We're reaching a point where these superstars must be hurt, must be vulnerable.
And who's going to find a way to capitalize on that vulnerability?
And setting him up for a knee to the face.
That's going to hurt.
Now Roddy Piper making him pay.
Oh, he knew that was coming.
Saw what he had in mind there.
Oh, knee lift.
Somebody better check his nose.
Forearm right across the back of the neck.
Ooh, impressive counter.
He's in a bad spot now.
Yeah, he's got to find a way out of that corner.
The roar of this crowd has been building, and they are in a fever pitch right now.
You can feel the anticipation growing with every second that ticks past in this match.
Uh-oh.
And Roddy Piper slips out of harm's way.
Here's a cover. Plenty of fight left.
Yeah, this is way too early to be going for the win.
That is a great reversal. Spinning heel kick. Uh-oh. Oh,
Are you kidding me?
Back of his neck.
Down they go.
This match grinded him down a little.
No need to panic. He's still swinging.
And he's heading back in.
Full Nelson. Dragon suplex.
Uh-oh, got him in the sleeper. Is he going to pass out? Battling to get the upper hand. Roddy Piper with the victory. These guys gave everyone their money's worth. Here's another look.
Here is your winner, Roddy Piper!
It wasn't pretty, but a win's a win.
These guys look like a couple of hosses going at it out there. Great match.
What an effort we saw here. Truly a great match.
This is it. The home of the famous dungeon. I swear, I can almost hear the wrestlers of the past groaning in pain.
That's my stomach. For the past 2 days, I've had nothing but moose jerky, maple puffs, and poutine.
Yikes.
Look, I just want to say, I know I've been a little skeptical, but now that we're here, I can see us doing this. I mean, once Bret Hart hears how far we drove, he's gonna have no choice but to welcome us right in for training. So, thanks for pushing me on this.
Of course. Well, here we go.
Hey there. I bet you're here for Bret Hart, eh?
Hello. And yes, he's going to train us to be wrestlers. Eh? I'm not sure I'm using that correctly.
Is Bret home right now?
He is. Hang on a sec. Bret, 2 lovely people are here for wrestling training. He'll be right down. I'm sure he's just putting his tights on, gelling up his hair, finding his sunglasses. He's got to look the part, you know.
Of course.
So are you Bret's housekeeper?
Okay, seriously, guys? I'm messing with you.
So Bret's not home?
No, and he hasn't been for years. The Harts don't live here anymore.
But you said...
This kind of thing happens like once a month, and I like to have a little fun when I break the news.
How is that fun? We just spent 3 days driving here.
And I gave myself severe stomach issues. At this point, we'd settle for one of the more obscure Hart brothers or even a distant cousin.
Like I said, none of them are here. You seem like nice kids. Stupid, but nice. Next time, do some research before you decide to drive all the way up here.
Jeez. So much for Canadian hospitality.
I thought you said you checked all this out online.
I did. I mean, I searched for dungeon in wrestling, and then some really weird stuff came up, and I kind of got sidetracked. Point being, don't look at my browser history. But hey, we came all the way here. We should at least get a picture.
Can we do another one? I was making a weird face. Probably on account of the stomach pain.
Maybe you were right about us trying to become wrestlers. We've already failed at the first thing on our list. And maybe we're not cut out for this.
Hey, wait, we can't just give up that easily. I have an idea!
So you drove all the way to Calgary thinking you were going to train with Bret Hart? I've done some stupid stuff in my life, but that takes the cake.
It wasn't our finest moment.
But since I had a dad who only looked at the rewards section on the credit card bill, we were able to stay in Calgary and learn from a former wrestler who, at least according to him, trained with the Harts back in the day.
I think he just ran next to one on a treadmill once.
So that's how you guys hooked up with Riley Flash.
Yeah. After striking out at the dungeon, it was kind of our only option.
Even though Riley can be a bit much sometimes, he gave us the foundation we needed to get here today.
He also gave us ringworm with his dirty mats, but that's a whole other story.
Get your feet up on the turnbuckle. Push off and roll backwards. You can pin him like that. It's all right. Yeah, you did good. You did good. Catch your breath. We'll get him next time, all right? You good?
Guys, come here. We need to talk.
Is it about your disgusting ring mat? Because I feel like it's making me itch all over. Hey! What was that for?
For playing to an imaginary crowd. It cost you the match. Red, great job. Keep it up.
Remind me why I show up here every day to get tortured?
That's not torture if you're paying for it. Now, what I didn't tell you was that match was actually a tryout.
For what? Is WWE coming to town?
Not quite. It was a tryout for the local Winterfest that's coming up. The organizers asked me to put on a wrestling event.
That's great.
Who are we gonna face? I wouldn't mind a rematch against those two.
Slow down. After what I just saw, only one of you was ready for their first official match.
Sorry, Red. You'll get your chance soon.
Red's the one who's ready, not you, doughhead.
What?
When it comes to in-ring ability, Red's got you beat by a kilometer.
Isn't that less than a mile?
Oh, thanks for the conversion, Albert Asswipe. Bottom line, you're too focused on the entertainment side of things.
Well, maybe you weren't focused enough on the entertainment side of things. Didn't you only appear in WWE like 3 times?
4, if you count the time I helped carry Macho Man to the ring on his fancy chair gimmick.
You mean a sedan?
No, it was a chair, not a car. Either way, I was in WWE 4 more times than you'll ever be.
I'll make it there someday. It's on our list.
Oh, yeah, and someday I'm gonna poop golden nuggets. No offense, Red.
Whatever. You'll see. Congrats on getting your first match. You know I'll be there cheering you on.
Thanks. I know.
Speaking of cheering her on, since you like running your mouth so much, you can accompany her to the ring as a manager. That actually might be a better fit for you long term.
A manager? That's not what I'm here for.
You'll figure this out. I know it.
Oh, one more thing. I need to know what to call you so they can advertise the event.
Oh, that's easy. I'm sticking with Red. Kids started calling me that in high school because of my temper, but I'm gonna turn it into something positive.
Okay. Man, what about you? Sticking with Denver?
I don't know. Sounds too regional. And omelette-y.
I know. How about Albert Asswipe?
Nah.
Carl Botch, on account of all the moves you botch?
I like that one.
How about I pay tribute to my wonderful trainer and call myself Riley Flash Jr.?
Oh, that ain't happening. Do you have any other nicknames?
Trey!
No, don't listen to her.
I kind of like that. And you can spell it T-R-E, so it's kind of like 3 in Spanish, as in getting a 3 count to win a match. Which probably won't happen very often for you, but you get it, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Great. Then Trey it is.
Thanks a lot.
No problem, Trey. And hey, I just realized we can cross something off our list. Come up with awesome wrestling names.
I don't know about the awesome part.
Welcome back to Women Who Fight, where we cover everything from the world of women's professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. I'm your host, Robin Ray, along with my good friend and MMA junkie, Kit Lasco.
Hey.
So, Kit, I know you've been dying to talk about the Ronda Rousey situation, so have at it.
Look, everyone has already broken down Ronda's title loss to death, so I don't think there's any need to cover that, okay? But what I do want to talk about is who's next. Assuming Ronda is going to be out a while, who's the next big thing to come along in MMA and take over the division like Ronda did?
Oh, well, I was prepared to discuss upcoming opponents for Charlotte's Divas Championship, so don't ask me.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll just hit you with one name to remember. Brooklyn Von Braun.
Okay.
She was a state champion wrestler in high school who has recently made the transition to MMA, and she looked absolutely dominant in her first couple fights.
Brooklyn Von Braun.
Von Braun.
Von Braun. All right, got it. All right, so can we talk about Charlotte now?
Dude, we only spent like 10 seconds talking MMA. WWE always gets the majority of the show. What's up?
Well, it is my studio.
It's your parents' basement.
Yeah, that's been converted into a professional podcast studio.
Your mom brings us oatmeal cookies and lemonade.
Okay, do you not want her to do that?
No, I'm just saying we should be balanced with our coverage.
As always, Women Who Fight also applies to your two hosts. All right, let's just take a break and sort this out.
Yeah, whatever. Fine. I think I just heard the timer go off on the cookies anyway. They smell really good.
Yeah, see?
Man, I'm freezing. What are the chances I can bring this out to the ring with me?
0. But you should be plenty warm out there with all the hot air you produce.
Can't believe you didn't have a bigger career with singers like that.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I had to make like 7 connections to get here from Orlando.
Oh, hey, Peyton. No problem. I appreciate you doing me this favor. Red and Trey, this is Peyton Royce. We met when she trained here in Calgary, and now she recently signed with NXT.
So who am I facing tonight? And by the way, it's cold enough to freeze the tail off a brass kangaroo. Can I have this heater out there for my match?
Oh, sure thing, Peyton. What? You'll actually be facing Red tonight in her first ever match.
Wow, it's an honor. We actually watch you on NXT all the time. And at least when my friend Trey here isn't hogging the laptop and watching weird videos of who knows what.
She's kidding. I told you to stay out of my browser history.
Wait, did you say this is her first ever match?
Yeah, Red's only been training for about 3 months, but don't take her lightly, she's really good.
3 months? It took me longer than that to get here. And what kind of stupid name is Red? If anything, with your lack of experience, you should call yourself Green.
What? Anything she says with that accent is funny.
After I'm done with you tonight, you'll understand why they call me Red. Because all that pretty white snow out there will be stained red with your blood. And then every time it snows, the children who were here tonight will be reminded of the carnage they saw and refuse to go outside. And after you spend weeks in the hospital and are finally able to drag your broken body onto the airplane back to Orlando, the pilot will be so terrified by the sight of your mangled face, he will lose control of the plane, sending it crashing down to the earth.
Whoa. I think she got the point.
You have major issues.
What the heck was that?
The old hothead Red comes out when she gets angry. We've been working on dialing it back. I like the intensity, but just focus that on your match, okay? And if you can take a break while you're painting the snow red with Peyton's blood, maybe stop and soak everything in. This is your first match after all, which is a big deal. It's on our list.
Sorry. You're right, and I'm happy you'll be out there with me.
I'm gonna go stretch.
Should I tell anyone with kids to leave?
Nah, she'll be fine. I hope.
Welcome to Winterfest 2015. As always, I'm your host, Gord Wilson. Yeah, this can't be worse than last year's Winterfest, eh? The good news is most of the victims of the wild moose attack have fully recovered. Since this is Red's first ever match, I put a few toonies on Peyton Royce to win. I've just been informed there is no gambling allowed at Winterfest. Jeez, that'll make the kids' sled races a lot less interesting. Might have this one in the bag, eh? Wait a second. Trey is finally doing something useful. Be in Peyton's shoes right now. Also, they don't look very warm. I'm told Red's manager goes by the name of Trey and hopes to be a wrestler himself someday. You know, I like to be a big-time radio DJ, but sometimes your dreams don't work out and you end up announcing local rodeos, spelling bees, and Winterfest events. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know what? Let's get back to the action. Royce trained here in Calgary and is now an NXT superstar. You can watch her every week on the WWE Network, which recently turned 1 year old. Oh, crap. That reminds me, my wife's birthday is tomorrow, and I didn't get her anything. Hey, Todd, run out and snag me as much Winterfest junk as you can for $20. I'll pay you back. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, Peyton. Oh, now Red looks to be in trouble.
G'day, Peyton. Koalas are cute, but they have terrible personalities, kind of like you. The Great Barrier Reef is more like the just okay Barrier Reef. And boomerangs are a sham. They never come back when you throw them. I really don't know that much else about Australia. Your chain of steakhouses is severely overrated.
Is originally from Australia, but spent a bit of time training here in Canada. I wonder if she now says, good day, eh? Matches are over, be sure to check out the ice sculpture contest. It's the coolest art you'll ever see. Yeah, sorry, they made me say that. Still another quick match coming up where you'll see Calvary's own Riley Flash take on a surprise opponent. I hear that Winterfest loosened up the old purse strings to bring this person in. It would have been nice if they did that with an announcer too, but I digress. This guy, Trey, on the outside is a bit squirrely, if you ask me. Might be a few ketchup chips short of a full bag, if you know what I'm saying. Just a warning for anyone here with little ones. Red said something about dyeing the snow red tonight. It reminds me of a time when I was a kid playing shinny on a pond and Chuck Garnsey caught a skate really to the jugular.
That was awesome! It was everything I've ever dreamed of.
I'm numb with excitement, or maybe I'm just frozen, but either way, I get to cross 2 things off our list.
And you did it without emotionally scarring any children.
Wrestle first match and win first match.
Nice of your mate to help you out there tonight. Maybe if I see you again, I'll have some backup too.
I look forward to it.
By the way, I didn't really mean any of the things I said out there, especially about you having the personality of a koala. You're way more pleasant, and I'm actually a big fan of your people's blooming onions.
You're a total bogan.
Wait, is that a good thing?
I don't think so.
Congrats on your first win, Red. I knew you wouldn't let me down. And you're not going to either, Trey.
What do you mean?
It's been a last-minute change of plans. My surprise opponent for tonight was injured.
Is that who I think it is?
That's right. It's me, the King of Cuteville, Prince Pretty. Unfortunately, I slipped on some ice and stubbed my turning toe.
Your turning toe?
Yes, the most important toe. EI, the toe one uses to turn on a runway. Ugh, I can't stand non-models. Anyway, it's a shame all these uggos here tonight will no longer get to see me compete against Riley Flash. Not that it would have been much of a contest. I mean, look at this man.
I have let myself go.
He couldn't lace my boots on his best day. To be fair, some of my finer boots are slip-ons that don't have any laces, but you get the point.
Anyway, Trey, I need you to take Tyler's place against me.
I thought you said I wasn't ready.
You're not, but I liked what I saw from you out there during Red's match, and also I don't have any other options.
All right, I'll do it. First match.
Do you want a picture to commemorate this moment?
That'd be great.
Nailed it. I'll post it for you. Hashtag gorgeous.
You know about fashion.
Obviously. Go on.
Well, I already went out there once tonight, so I want a different look for my match against Riley Flash. Do you have any last-minute suggestions?
Ah, the classic quick change, as we models call it. Well, when I look at you, I see 3 options that fit the theme and location of this show. Now you're ready to chop down the competition.
Wow, that's an interesting look.
You don't like it?
It's fine. It's just that maybe you should worry about the actual match, you know? I know you don't like to hear it when it comes from Riley, but he has a point. You might be too focused on everything other than what happens inside the ring.
People remember cool entrances and costumes. Entertainment is what makes wrestling great.
Wrestling makes wrestling great.
Well, there's more than one way to thread a needle.
Actually, there's only one opening on a needle, so...
Whatever, you know what I mean.
Anyway, what's more important is you're going to have your first match. So have a great one. And entrance, too.
Thanks.
Ward Wilson back again for Roddy Flash taking on Trey. So this is the surprise opponent that Winterfest paid big bucks for? If you're a little confused, you're not alone. Even though you were probably expecting something other than this match, I've been just told Winterfest will not be issuing refunds. Sorry. We saw Trey out here earlier in Red's corner, but he looks a bit different now. I'll leave it at that. This is turning into a real kerfuffle. What's he doing, eh?
Help! Help! My tongue's stuck! Come on, I need some hot! Coco! Yeah! Hey, hold on! Come here! Help me out! Come here! Come on, help me!
Trey just got himself out of a sticky situation. But will he make it back into the ring before the 10 count? 9! Injured tongue and all, this match will continue. Considering this is Trey's first official match, he doesn't look half bad. I mean, other than his outfit. Riley Flash has wrestled in the who's who of popular superstars throughout his career. That was only a 2 count, you hoser. What's this nincompoop doing? It doesn't happen very often, so enjoy it.
Hey, I want to thank everyone for coming out to the show. And also, it needs to be said that I had 2 students who had their very first matches tonight. Red, who beat Peyton Royce earlier. Isn't that incredible? And now Trey, who had a good effort on short notice, but got a little bit ahead of himself. We'll work on his counting. Trey, I'd let you have the mic, but I think you might be a bit tongue-tied. Give it up one more time for Trey.
What a night!
I'm thinking Pavone's to celebrate.
Isn't that place super expensive?
It's on me. Well, technically my parents, but we deserve it.
All right, I'm in. Now get that heat blasting.
That's weird. Gas is full. I'll call them back later.
Maybe they can help with the car. And we can tell them about our first matches.
No.
Hey, it's Red. You're on speaker.
Oh, hi there. Are you visiting Denver at college?
What?
Now's not really a good time.
Why? Is something wrong? Are you having car trouble?
Yeah, we are. How'd you know that?
Just hang up.
Cut the crap. We remotely disabled the SUV because we know you're not at school, and we're pretty sure you never were. We got an alert about a substantial charge in Canada for something called Riley Flash's Wrestling Academy.
And then after we looked into it, we discovered charges for the past few months, including a crazy hotel bill, gas, food, clothes, you name it. Do you know how disappointed I was when I realized I was going to have to return all those reward points? I was this close to a free trip. This close!
It is not about the stupid points. We were hoping you'd come clean on your own about all of this, but I guess you're just gonna keep on lying.
Hey, wait! Look, this is what I want to do with my life, and no matter how many times I told you that, you still didn't support me, so I was pretty much forced to lie. Would you rather I be miserable at school?
Of course not, but you have to be realistic. You are never going to make it as a pro wrestler.
There's a better chance of me dating a supermodel.
Frank!
Which is impossible because your mom is stunning, and I would never date anyone else.
I will make it. And when I do, you'll wish you would have had my back before I was successful and famous.
It's not too late to try to put all this behind us. We'll activate the SUV if you come home now. Then I can try to get you re-enrolled in school for next semester.
You're gonna have to ship the car home, because I'm staying here to pursue my dreams. Maybe someday you'll understand that. Hey, wait! What are you doing? You're gonna get yourself killed.
I'd rather that happen than talk to you right now. Leave me alone.
Sorry, but I'm not going anywhere. We set out to do this together, and this doesn't change anything. I mean, other than the fact we now don't have a car or somewhere to sleep, but you know what I mean. I still want to do this if you do.
I appreciate your loyalty, but you lied to your parents and me about what we were doing here. And you basically sat back and let me steal from them.
Don't worry about the money, I'll pay them back. And I'm sorry, but you've always told me to take the advice from my birth parents' letter, right? About following my dreams? Well, that's all I was trying to do.
You didn't need to lie to do that.
It's the only way I could see this working. But I'll never keep a secret from you again, I promise. From now on, it's total honesty between the two of us, okay? You're gonna know everything, even how many times a month I shave my toes.
You shave your toes? Weird.
See? I'm an open book. So, no more secrets, okay?
I know he said no more secrets, but you can't tell him ours. It will ruin him. Okay. No more secrets.
So now what do? We're carless and without the credit card. Pretty soon we'll be homeless.
I think our only option is to hit the road and try to make some money on the indies. But we'll have to start roughing it like actual up-and-coming wrestlers.
You think we have enough cash for a new car?
I wouldn't say new. We managed to get a used car that fell under our budget, probably because it also fell under various recalls and safety violations.
Do we stick our phones in this slot? Nothing's happening.
I think that's a tape deck. This car doesn't exactly have the latest features. Roughing it, remember?
Right. So I'm assuming there's no Bluetooth.
No, but I did find an actual tooth in the trunk.
Shark or human?
Human, I think.
Lame.
Well, now that we have our extremely safe and luxurious ride that may or may not have had a body in the trunk at some point, where to? We do have Wrestle in Memphis on the list.
Assuming this piece of junk can make it that far, then I guess we're headed to the great state of South Carolina. That is where Memphis is, right?
Close. Maybe I should drive.
It's fine. I got this. Is that also a feature on older cars?
Nope. Don't think so.
Denver, it's your mom and dad. I know we had some words the other night, but we wanted to let you know if you change your mind about things and want to come home, you're always welcome here.
Did you tell him the school said it's not too late to enroll for next semester?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard your mom, but she said it's not too late to get into school. Anyway, let us know if you want to talk. In the meantime, be safe out there.
Gord Wilson here, welcoming you back to Calgary Musings, your guide to living in the Stampede City. I want to update everyone on this past weekend's Winterfest, which was a huge success. Sure, there was a slight malfunction with some folks being stuck on the Ferris wheel, but really, isn't that just free bonus ride time? And most importantly, there were no wild moose attacks this time around. One of the highlights of the weekend was the wrestling matches put on by our loyal sponsor, Riley Flash. The standouts included his student Red, who in her debut match defeated Peyton Royce from NXT. But I think my favorite part of the night was when this guy Trey, another one of Riley's students, got his tongue stuck on one of the metal barricades at ringside. Luckily, a fan with some hot cocoa helped him out. But man, talk about a sticky situation. Am I right? Anyway, while we're on the subject of wrestling and Riley Flash, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsor.
Catching up on old times has been great, but we should really get going. Besides, shouldn't we save some of this for our speech later?
But we just got through all the boring backstory stuff. It really starts to pick up from here.
I'm down for more.
Hey, guys. It's so good to see you. Congrats on the Hall of Fame. This is really happening.
It's not official yet. We have to actually make it to the building.
They're not going to start without you.
And even if they did, some of the speeches are so long, you'd still have plenty of time.
Great. We were just telling Pac all about how we got started.
Didn't we cross paths on an indie show early on in your career?
We did, at a minor league baseball stadium in Memphis, to be exact.
That's right. I knew you had it back then. Trey, not so much.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Because you didn't know the difference between a wrist lock and a wristwatch?
Speaking of wristwatches, we really should get going.
From my experience, this day goes by pretty fast. So you really want to relax and soak in every moment.
Lita's right. When I got inducted with DX, everything just flew by.
Then let's get back to soaking. Lita, if my memory is correct, you were just in Memphis for an autograph signing, but Red had other plans.
So I just want to thank everyone in Memphis for coming out to the show. It's always great to be a part of these smaller events and connect with the people who have supported me for so many years. I'll be available for pictures and autographs starting in a few minutes. Don't be shy.
Hold on a second, can we cut the music? In the spirit of not being shy, I have something I want to say. Growing up, I was a huge fan of yours. Facing you in the ring is actually on this list I have. So I know you don't wrestle that much anymore, but I'll always regret this moment if I didn't ask. How about you skip the autograph session and go one-on-one with me right now?
I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but who are you?
I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but none of these people would be here paying you $10 an autograph if it wasn't for me working my butt off this past year in Memphis.
Look, I get it. You're young and hungry, and you probably think I'm the entitled Hall of Famer who just shows up to cash in on all your hard work. But it's not like that. I'm here to support you and the indie scene. I mean, I used to be you. And by the way, I still didn't get your name.
You'll hear the ring announcers say it after I beat you.
So you're not backing down, huh?
Like I said, you're on my list.
I'm sorry, everyone. But I'm gonna have to delay this autograph signing until after I win this match.
Kid Pilo here bringing you all the action from the home field of the Memphis Sliders. I didn't expect to see Lita wrestle here tonight, but I also didn't expect my 27-year-old twin sons to still be living with me, so sometimes life throws you some real curveballs.
Red's got quite the temper on her. Actually reminds me of Sliders manager Tex Phillips. Did you know Tex once threw a bat at a fan who was razzing him? That was the last time his dad was ever allowed at a game. True story. Just a reminder, the Sliders are on the road. We'll be back for a 6-game homestand next week. So come on out and support the home team. Or the away team. Just get your butt here and spend some money, okay? I have 2 27-year-old man children to feed, and this franchise is dying quicker than the house fly. I've seen Red wrestle a few times, and she never disappoints. Unlike the new slider stew the stadium's serving up. Word of advice, unless you want your next bathroom trip to end in a rundown, I suggest you avoid it. If Red can pull off the win over a WWE Hall of Famer like Lita, I guarantee she'll be getting a call up to the bigs in no time.
Good match, Red. I definitely knew Red's name after that night.
I was impressed Red was able to keep her composure and talk you into the match. Usually in those situations, she would lose her temper and go into hothead mode.
You're one to talk about keeping your composure after what you did that night.
Before my match, I have something very important I need to do. I've seen Ribby out here dancing with the kids all night, but I think I've got some pretty sweet moves myself, so how about Ribby and I find out who's better with the dance-off? All right, I'll go first. Hit me with some music. Okay, Ribby, top that. Okay, wait, I was holding back. Let me get another turn. Win the dance-off is on this list I have. I'm not crying. This was fixed. I demand a fair rematch.
Hey, no one wants to see any more of your terrible dance moves. What they want to see is me kicking your ass. I mean, what kind of stupid name is Trey anyway? I think a better name would be Crossword, because you enter the ring vertically and you leave horizontally. I mean, with a name like that, your parents must be the type of people who, when you look into their eyes, you see the back of their heads.
You can say whatever you want about me, but don't talk about my parents.
What's the matter? You should be proud of them. Because I heard they created more tragedies than Shakespeare.
Did you come out here to dust off every one of your dated one-liners? Or do you want to have a match?
Look, I'm just trying to entertain these people after your awful dancing. I mean, I've seen better moves in a blind chess match.
If you want to entertain them so bad, then how about we give them a match they weren't expecting?
Well, if you keep boring everyone, pretty soon we're going to have an empty arena match.
I was thinking something more along the lines of no DQ.
You know what? I'll take that, and I'll do you one better. I know you've only been in Memphis for about a year, but I think everyone will agree that's a year too long. So how about we make this a no DQ, loser leave town match? Come on, Crossword. What do you say?
It's fitting your last match in Memphis is going to be in a baseball stadium because you just made the biggest error of your life. Oh, come on, that was just as good, if not better, than one of his lame jokes. Oh, shut up, Ribby. After I send Lawler packing, I'm going to eat you for dinner.
All right, let's do this, Crossword. Crossword, crossword. Crossword.
Kid Pilo here again with a huge matchup with WWE Hall of Famer and Memphis legend Jerry the King Lawler taking on up-and-comer Trey. this is now a loser leaves town match. If Jerry Lawler ends up having to leave Memphis, the city would go into a deep depression, emotionally speaking. Economically speaking, we'd probably be all right. It's the battle of the pile driver versus whatever Trey's finisher is. Honestly, I'm sure it's nowhere near as good as the pile driver. Supposed to be impartial, but Jerry the King Lawler is a hometown hero. Trey, if you somehow send the King packing, you might want to consider hitting the road too, for your own safety. Which reminds me, Slider Stadium is a safe space and will not tolerate bullying or threats of any kind. Thank you. Trey thought he was going to beat Ribby in a dance-off. That giant piece of meat has got some sweet and saucy moves. Crossword, 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 crossword. Trey might be younger and quicker, but the King has a significant edge when it comes to experience, and not to mention the support of the home crowd. Come on, King! Get him! Beat that butt! This match reminds me of the Memphis Sliders rivalry with the Little Rock Boulders. A spirited contest with lots of brawling, and at the end of the night, the losers leave town. That's right, Little Rock. I just called you a bunch of losers. Sorry, might have gotten a bit carried away there. Apologies to any fans in attendance who made the drive over from Little Rock. Beautiful city. I gotta find a way to get my grown-up twin sons into a losers leave home match. But I'm getting off track. Let's get back to the ring. Since the Sliders are perennial doormats. There's always next year. I hear Trey got to start out in Calgary. After this match, hopefully he'll be on his way back there. Trey. Dang it.
Look, I'm glad you won. I mean, you beat a legend, a WWE Hall of Famer, and that's huge. But you were out there playing with our careers just because you were too worried about a stupid dance-off, which allowed Lawler to get in your head.
I'm sorry I let King bait me into that match. Just, he was saying stuff about my parents and I lost my cool. You should get that.
Believe me, I do. But that's what Lawler does. He's made an entire career out of it. He had no idea you're adopted.
Good thing. I'm sure he would have had a field day with that.
Let's just move on from this. Apology accepted, okay?
What would have happened if I lost? Would you have stayed here in Memphis without me?
No. We're a package deal. Wherever you go, I go. But I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm having too much fun here. I mean, I just beat Lita.
I know, tonight was crazy. Do we have beat 2 Hall of Famers in one night on our list? If not, we should add it.
Hey, good match, kid. I didn't know what to expect after you lost to a giant rib in a dance-off, but you really brought it when it mattered.
Thanks. Sorry you have to leave Memphis now. I know you're a legend here, so that's gotta be tough.
Are you kidding? I'm not going anywhere. Do you know how many loser-leave-town matches I've lost in Memphis over the years? Well, not that many, actually. But still, that wasn't official. We never signed anything, did we?
No, I guess not.
Well, then there's your answer. Hey, you two have dinner plans?
No, why?
Well, you should stop by my restaurant. We have really good ribs.
Yeah, hey, I hope Brian over at the used car lot hooked you up with a good deal, because if he didn't, I could expose some skeletons in his closet. Or in his case, the trunks of the cars he sells. Literally, there might be bones in there. Anyway, good luck out there on your own. Actually, you don't need luck. As long as you keep that temper of yours in check, you'll be fine. Trey, on the other hand, well, he's gonna need a steady diet of 4-leaf clovers if he's gonna make it. Alright. I need to get back to training the next crop of future WWE superstars. Keep in touch and make me proud. I know you will at least.
Hey, it's your mom. We got the check you sent last week. Thank you. I was kind of hoping there'd be a letter from you, or at least a return address. so we could send you something. I guess you're not ready for that. Either way, we appreciate you paying us back for what you spent in Calgary. You must be doing okay to be able to do that. I guess that's good. Anyway, we're here if you ever want to talk. Okay? Okay, bye now. Love you.
Well, pretty soon we're gonna have an empty arena match.
Kip Elo back again with an empty arena match, or in this case, an empty stadium, which is only about 30 fans shy of a typical Memphis Sliders game. King Lawler has had some of the most famous empty arena matches in history. This probably won't be one of them. You know, I just realized something. If the stadium is empty, who am I even talking to? That's weird, man. Lawler won't be able to rely on the home crowd advantage this time around, but if you ask me, I don't think he'll need it. It's so quiet here without a crowd that you can hear the scurrying about of the concession stand rats. Now, just a reminder, the Sliders are on the road. We'll be back for a 6-game homestand next week. So come on out and support the home team. Or the away team. Just get your butt here and spend some money, okay? I have 2 27-year-old man children to feed, and this franchise is dying quicker than a house fly. This is one heck of a bonus match we're getting here tonight, folks. It just proves you never know what you're going to see at Memphis Slider Stadium. Like that one crazy stunt where they had monkey umpires for a game. I still maintain they did a better job than the real ones. You know, it's not often we get a Hall of Famer competing here at the stadium. Although there was that one time minor league Hall of Famer Turk Spitball Simpson pitched at the age of 93. He had to be removed from the field by security on account he escaped from his nursing home. But still, what a memorable night. Pilo here, reminding you that tonight's wrestling event is brought to you by our sponsor, Bobby Joe's Dog Board. If we lose your dog, the next one's on us. Wrestling has a long history of holding major events in baseball stadiums, including several WrestleManias and, of course, tonight's show. This match has the potential to go extra innings, but hopefully not, because I'm not sure how long the Sliders can afford to keep the lights on.
Welcome to another edition of Women Who Fight, where we cover everything from the world of women's professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. As always, I'm your host, Robin Ray, along with my good friend and MMA junkie, Kit Lasco.
Do you have to say junkie? It sounds like I need to attend a meeting.
Oh, come on, it's just a figure of speech.
Okay, so figure out something else to say.
Okay, fine. Well, I was going to discuss the huge announcement of the new SmackDown Live Women's Championship by GM Daniel Bryan, but since it seems like you're all fired up today, let's start with some MMA talk. What do you got?
How about MMA aficionado? Or pundit? That sounds fancy.
You know, I'd prefer not to spend any more time on your show intro.
Okay, whatever. What I'd like to pundit on is MMA phenom, the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun, who just dominated her most recent fight to advance her record to 5-0.
Ooh, American hero, huh? Well, I guess she thinks pretty highly of herself.
Well, she's certainly confident, yeah. But the thing is, she can back it up.
Okay.
You remember, I mentioned her last year when she first debuted, and I'm calling it again now. She is going to be a megastar in MMA.
Well, speaking of megastars, let's talk about my prediction on who will win the six-pack challenge to be crowned the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I'm going with Becky Lynch. I feel like she's ready to become the cornerstone of SmackDown Live and maybe even WWE.
Look, I appreciate your enthusiasm and also all the progress that the women have made, but cornerstone of WWE? I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see that happening.
Well, I have a good feeling about this, even though I'm not a pundit.
No, you're not.
Red and I ended up having a good run in Memphis, but eventually we wanted to check out some of the other indie hotspots around the country. And after a year or so of bouncing around, we made a name for ourselves in LA, where the indie scene was really taking off.
That's it. I'm leaving without you.
You can't do that. We're a package deal, remember? Besides, look who's headed our way.
Great.
I was wondering if she'd show up.
Relax. I'm not here to start anything, so don't get your collective skivvies in a bunch. This is the one day to put any past differences aside and honor your achievements, so congratulations. You've earned everything that's coming to you tonight.
What was that?
Maybe she has a conscience after all.
I seriously doubt that.
Forget her. Let's get back to your story. I think L.A. was where I first saw you two wrestle in person. Remember? We ended up having that series of matches against each other.
How could I forget? It led to one of the most embarrassing nights of my career. We'd battled each other in just about every type of match, except for one that also happened to be on the list. Wrestle in a crybaby match. And since you had the first and only crybaby match with Razor Ramon back in the day, this was the perfect time to cross it off.
Tickets go on sale for next month's event this Wednesday. This show sold out in 5 minutes, so good luck getting one. Wearing wrestling masks must remove their masks first. We need to see your face to check your ID, people. As always, we ask you to please clean up after yourself. If you don't, we'll have to hire a cleaning crew and raise ticket prices. And nobody wants that. The merchandise stand will be open until 30 minutes after the show, so enjoy the event and come check out all the latest stuff on your way out. Or don't. Less work for me. Haven't seen that before.
Sorry I put your friend in a diaper. There was no way I was gonna let that happen to me again.
Maybe it'll teach him to stop putting ridiculous things on our list, but probably not.
Hey, this isn't public knowledge yet, so keep it on the DL. The WWE is going to be holding an all-women's tournament later this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're calling it the Mae Young Classic. Triple H asked me to keep an eye out for talent, so I'll be watching your match tonight against Candice LeRae. Don't hold back.
I never do.
Oh, this stuff's all in my eyes. I can't see. I think I'm going blind.
I don't know why he's so cranky. I fed him and changed his diaper.
Any chance you can babysit during my match?
Update on the collapsed crane situation? It still sucks. Both sides of the 405 remain closed. If you don't live nearby in the valley, you might as well sleep in your car, if it hasn't been broken into. Just a not-so-friendly reminder, there is no smoking allowed in the building. If we get fined, you pay it. Plus, it's gross. To do birthday announcements, and the answer is no. This isn't a baseball game, people. We've been informed that a guy here has lost his wedding ring. If you find it, please turn it in, or just pawn it. I don't care.
Look, you two are great, so I wish I could recommend you both for the Mae Young Classic, but Hunter said they're only looking to fill one spot right now.
You're really milking this decision. Get it? Because the crybaby match earlier? I've been hanging out with Trey too much. Please, continue.
I'm gonna have to recommend Candace. She's been doing this for over 15 years. Red, you've got a ton of potential, but you don't have anywhere near that kind of experience.
Yeah, totally. I get it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm sure we'll see each other again in the future. Like he said, I've been doing this a really long time, and you're one of the best I've ever seen. And you're only gonna get better.
I appreciate that.
I gotta go call my husband and tell him the good news.
No guarantees, but I'll definitely keep you in mind if WWE ends up doing this tournament again. Give me your contact info before you leave tonight, okay?
I will. Thanks.
Hey, I overheard what X-Pac said. This is just a bump in the road. And tonight wasn't a total loss. At least I get to cross off wrestle in a crybaby match.
Give me that. Ugh, it smells like butt sweat. I told you not to keep the list in your tights.
Cost of doing business.
Win Mae Young Classic Tournament. See if you can air that out.
As our indie journey continued over the next couple of years, we got to have matches in a lot of cool places. But the one that stood out most was when we got to do a special show back in our hometown.
You've gotta be kidding me.
And we thought our head couldn't get any bigger.
You know what? I'm not gonna let a stupid sign ruin this for us. Let's go.
This was our chance to show our friends and family just how far we had come. Well, at least our friends.
Hey, you got both of us here. I know we haven't spoken in a long time, but we saw a flyer at the grocery store that said you're coming to town for a show.
We'd really like to come see what you do, Denver, and maybe it'd be our chance to put everything that happened behind us.
We don't want to make a scene or anything, so if we don't hear back from you, we won't come.
Screw that. I'm going either way, friend.
Honey, we can't do that. Maybe he wants his space.
But giving him his space while we thought he was at school is what got us into this situation to begin with. We should have been watching that kid like a hawk.
How do I delete the message? Damn it! Anyway, if you want to see us at the show, call us back, son.
Or don't. I'm coming either way.
Welcome to another edition of Women Who Fight, where we cover everything from the world of women's professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. Mm-hmm. As always, I'm your host, Robin Ray, along with my good friend and MMA pundit, Kit Lasko.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Robin.
You're so welcome. Mm-hmm. Okay, the main topic I'd like to discuss today is the upcoming 3rd annual Mae Young Classic Tournament. We're only a couple months away, so the participants should be announced soon, right?
Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter who's in it, because mark my word, Rhea Ripley is going to win the whole thing this year.
Okay, didn't you say that last year?
I don't recall.
Well, nonetheless, in 2018, Rhea lost in the semifinals to Io Shirai, who then went on to be defeated by Toni Storm in the finals. So if anything, shouldn't Shirai be the favorite?
Well, I guess if you're painting by numbers, I mean...
What? Painting by numbers?
Yeah.
It's all speculation at this point. We don't even know who's in the field yet. There could be some dark horse who comes out of nowhere to win the whole thing, but as of right now, I can only go off what we do know.
And if you actually think about who's driven to win this thing, and who has all the tools to do it, it's Rhea Ripley.
Okay, then please provide some evidence to support that statement.
Pundits don't need evidence.
I can tell this is going to be another one of those shows.
Yeah.
So what happens if your parents show up tonight?
First of all, as far as I'm concerned, they're not even really my parents anymore. But if they did show up, then security can deal with it. I'm not gonna let anyone pick and choose when they want to have my back, especially now that I'm having a little bit of success.
But you haven't talked to them since Calgary, which was like 4 years ago. Maybe it's time you give them another chance.
Another chance to tell me I'm wasting my life and that I'm never gonna make it? Sorry, I don't need that. Besides, I paid them back their money, so the way I see it, we have nothing to discuss.
Hey, I'm not shelling out an extra $20 so you two can have a therapy session.
I handed her the wrench, if that counts. Also, were you listening to our entire conversation?
Hey, I get it. We've all got drama in our lives. I mean, look at me. Last year, I put on a mask and attacked my former protege, Buzz, costing him a shot at WWE. Then he wouldn't return my phone calls or texts for like a year. No one wanted to work with me, and BCW folded. But then I stuck up for Buzz to AJ Styles. And the next thing you know, I'm in Buzz's corner at WrestleMania, and now I'm in the process of rebuilding BCW.
That's a lot of very specific information.
Yeah. What's your point?
My point is, I turned chicken crap into chicken salad. And that's what I can do for you two if you sign exclusive deals with me and become cornerstones of the new BCW.
No thanks.
Yeah, we're good.
Your loss. Because FYI, I am this close to getting Cole Quinn on board. Big things are happening. Hey, speak of the handsome devil. Let's go talk numbers, shall we?
Slow your roll, Greenie.
This guy.
I feel like we really dodged a bullet there.
More like a cannonball. That guy's a total nightmare. And here comes another one.
What is she doing here?
Holy crap, is that hothead Red and Trey? You two picking up some extra work to make your trailer payments, or is this some kind of prison work release program?
It's just Red now, and we're wrestling tonight.
And also, we don't live in trailers. We stay in hotel rooms that have microwaves, which seemed a lot more impressive before I said it.
Wait, you actually became pro wrestlers? And I get to see your uncoordinated bodies flop around this ring tonight?
She's got good lungs.
Of course I do. I'm an elite MMA competitor. If you haven't heard, the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun, is undefeated.
More like American Zero.
What's that?
Nothing.
You realize Kurt Angle's already known as the American hero, right? You probably should ask him for permission to use his nickname like Ronda Rousey did with Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Kurt Angle? Never heard of him. If anything, he should ask me permission to use my name since I'm way more famous. I'll chat with my lawyer about it. Thanks for the heads up.
Why are you here? You're obviously not a pro wrestling fan.
No, gross. There's a ceremony after your stupid show to rename the gym in my honor.
The town sign wasn't enough?
It wasn't. I actually wanted it bigger.
Couldn't you have picked any other night to do this?
Do you think I chose to share my special night with a professional wrestling event? That'd be like eating a giant bowl of turd soup before having the best steak of your life. I have a loaded schedule, and tonight was my only avail.
And how much longer would it have taken to say availability?
I told you, I'm busy. Every second counts. I've already wasted way too much time talking to you carnies.
I'll have you know, we've wrestled at several carnivals, and their employees are some of the finest people around. Other than that tilt-a-whirl operator who bit me when I asked him what time it was. There's always exceptions.
Cool story. Looking forward to seeing you tap again tonight, Red. You know, just like old times.
Whoa. You could kill someone with that.
I know, that's the point.
Don't let her get under your skin and ruin our night. We'll do our thing, and then she can do her stupid gym dedication. It'll be totally separate. I'm sure we won't even notice her.
for you. I'm currently in negotiations with Cole Quinn to sign a long-term exclusive deal with BCW. In fact, I bet he'll sign on the dotted line right after this match. BCW is on its way back. I may have had to sell my parents' cemetery plots to help fund the relaunch, but I know this is going to work this time. You have my word, Mom and Dad. I got a call from Buzz the other day, and he is doing great. You hear that, Trey? I have big-time connections in WWE. That's what you're missing out on. Special shout out to all of Red and Trey's friends and family in attendance tonight. And sorry about not being able to let you in for free, but hey, I'm running a business here. For letting me run this show tonight without a down payment. I promise, I'm good for it. Make sure you hit up the merch stand at intermission, where I'll be selling actual pieces of the mask I wore last year when I attacked Buzz. Don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of wrestling history. Congrats again on your big homecoming show, Red and Trey. I'm sure nothing will ruin your big night.
It's me, the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun, taking over on commentary for this match. Commence the flopping of uncoordinated bodies. Closes their eyes and just listens to the sweet sound of my voice, I promise the misery will soon be over. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, if I were you, I'd close your eyes unless you want your soul crushed from watching this manure. You could say I know hothead red like the back of my hand, as in Red's had the back of my hand upside her head a whole bunch of times. Make sure you stick around for the gym renaming ceremony later tonight. This reminds me of our high school dances. A gym full of people all staring at Red saying, "What are those moves?"
Hey! If you want to keep running your mouth, then come over here and do it to my face!
Excuse me for trying to entertain these people? Because you certainly weren't. Red acts so tough, but the moment you get her in a submission hold, she gives up immediately. In fact, she's been tapped more than shoulders. Yes, it's finally over. And best of all, Red lost just like I knew she would. Now we can move on to the real reason everyone's here. The renaming of the gym in my honor. Being in this gym brings back so many memories. I won my first amateur match here. I broke barriers and records here as the captain of the otherwise all-male wrestling team. I qualified for states here. I dominated gym class dodgeball here. I won prom and homecoming queen here. I once saved Mr. Durkis from choking on a hot dog here.
The banner actually isn't that bad. I was expecting something more obnoxious.
I know, me too.
So that's why it's my pleasure to officially christen this the Brooklyn Von Braun Gymnasium for Athletic Excellence. Isn't it amazing? I want to thank the school board for cutting the music program to help fund this. Totally worth it.
I'm confused. Did she go to space before or after she was Pope?
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Aim towards the mural, if you can.
Oh, I can't believe we got totally upstaged and embarrassed by Brooklyn.
Not much has changed.
I know! We've come a long way, but it still feels like we're the same losers who used to sit at this table back in high school.
At least my parents didn't show up and make a scene. Hey, I was thinking, maybe I should try to track down my real parents. They sent that letter back in high school, so maybe there's still hope with them.
I've actually been meaning to talk to you about that letter.
What about it?
Sorry. Anyway.
It's an Orlando number. Take it.
Hello? Hi, Sarah. Yeah, it's a good time to talk. It's Sarah Amato from NXT.
Oh.
I got your number from X-Pac. He saw you on a show in LA a couple years ago and said you were great.
Oh, yeah, that was the same night he put my friend in a diaper.
What?
Never mind, had to be there.
Anyways, the reason I'm calling is to see if you'd like to compete in the 3rd annual Mae Young Classic.
What?
Hello, are you there? Hello?
I'm here, and I'm in for the Mae Young Classic. Yes.
Great, we'll be in touch soon with travel arrangements, and congratulations. Being included in this tournament is a huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Oh! Are you serious? Maybe this night wasn't so bad after all.
I know! After I missed out on the first Mae Young Classic and then didn't hear anything last year, I thought I'd never get another shot, but it's happening, and I'm not going to settle for just being included. I'm gonna win the whole damn thing.
Oh, I know you will. We should celebrate.
By throwing rocks at Brooklyn's stupid face.
That might be a bit extreme. I mean, what size rocks are we talking?
I meant her face on the sign coming into town.
Oh. Yeah, that seems slightly more reasonable. Hey, what did you want to tell me about the letter?
Oh. Never mind. It's not important. Besides, there's a sign that needs vandalizing, remember?
True. I'll go round up some good throwing rocks.
That's a great idea. I'll meet you at the car in a minute.
Cool.
Whoa, that's a shock. He's always wanted to meet his birth parents, and now that we know what happened, what are we gonna say when he asks about them?
I really don't think he can handle the truth, that they're dead. Do you?
No, it would crush him. But what's the alternative, honey? Just let him believe they're still out there somewhere and they don't care enough to ever contact him?
I don't know. I wish there was a way to keep his hope alive, but not hurt him.
Me too.
You've probably asked yourself a million times, why? Why didn't they want to be my parents? The truth is, we did. But we had to make the hardest decision of our lives because we didn't feel we could give you the life you deserved. And that life is one where you can have the freedom to follow your dreams, no matter what they might be. To become anything you want. We'll find you someday. Love always, Mom and Dad. Please, don't tell him our secret about the letter. It's not going to help anything.
Hey, you coming or what?
Yeah, sorry. Let's do this!
Take that! Ugh.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight.
What's going on here? Here we go.
Wait a minute. We need to get some order back to this. We knew this could happen. Ref's going to call it if they don't get into the ring.
Yeah, this referee's warning them.
Face buster, back suplex.
Ooh. Very nice. Such a dynamic maneuver from Razor. Razor got him there. Oh, nasty impact.
The dominant Razor writing a horrific story.
This could be his moment.
Oh, a flurry of strikes. Oh, Corey, he unloaded there. Headbutt.
Nothing fancy there. Sharp clothesline.
Okay, guys, we're ready to get this one underway.
And you hope he hasn't already cleared a spot in his trophy case. Looking ahead like that never leads to good things. Effectively using the knee.
Oh, that'll mess up your neck.
Man. One team has risen to the top as champions, and the other team wants to claim the title as theirs. Doesn't get any better than this. Evading possible disaster there. Full speed running body press.
The challenger not looking good right now.
If I'm his partner, I'm furious right now. There's no reason why he shouldn't have made a tag by now.
Struggling to get to the corner here.
Why not make it, Michael?
Great agility there. Face buster plants him. He's hurting now.
If he doesn't get out of that corner, he's going to be hurting even worse. Oh, targeting the stomach.
Straight punch.
And no luck against Akam there. Kick to the gut. And, oh, brutal forearm.
There he goes to the outside.
Remember, though, there are no timeouts in WWE.
Oh, down across the knee.
Ollie
up and down.
Russian leg sweep. The champ taking their share of hits now.
It's no secret that quick tags lead to success in the tag team division. And I'd say the quicker he can make that tag here, the better their chances of winning will be. When you talk about great tag teams, we can go all the way back to teams like the Tolos brothers, Stevens and Patterson, Stevens and Bockwinkel, the Texas Outlaws, the Briscoes, the Blackjacks, the Andersons, and the list goes on and on. When you're part of a tag team, the two partners have to travel together, train together, eat together, and be completely in sync with one another.
Ooh, just relentless.
Buster. Tag team competition dates back all the way to the early 1900s. Corey, you mentioned some of the classic duos from sports entertainment's incredible history. In today's WWE, the tag team scene has never been more competitive. I don't know who has the edge when it comes to talent, if it's Raw or SmackDown Live. I think it's too close to call, but all the teams truly think and act as one unit.
I agree, Michael. Teams such a dynamic maneuver from Razor.
What power!
The challenger eating up some damage.
It looks to me like his partner's itching to get in there. And now might be a good time to give him what he wants.
And finds a counter.
Head scissors applied. And oh, look at this. God, malicious. Tag made. We've seen some great chemistry from this team here, Michael.
Yeah, incredible chemistry.
Toe hold on the elbow on the back of the neck.
Absolutely has to make a tag here.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done, Michael.
Looks like we might just see the tag here, Byron.
Which will undoubtedly change the entire outlook of this match.
He's getting closer, Corey.
And look at his partner. He will double axe handle. Explosive offense. The superstar building.
Struggling a bit here.
Oh, read him there.
I've got to say, the amount of punishment we've seen in the match would have already ended most superstars.
The level of resilience we're seeing is off the charts.
Look at this. Northern Lights suplex.
He's lining him up.
Ooh, bullseye.
Things covered by the challenger. 1, 2, 3. I can't believe he had the energy to kick out of that.
Akam still got life.
Wasn't expecting that.
German suplex.
Lightning fast reflexes. There's the tag.
I think we know what we're looking for here, Byron.
This is not going to be good. Oh, God. The champ's eyes look glazed over.
Akam is in a real bad spot. Such a dynamic maneuver from Rezar.
Oh, man. Nasty fall.
Look out here. He's got something cooking.
Look out.
Quickly into the cover with the title on the line.
1, 2, 3.
They did it. They won the match. Corey, we got to take a look at this action.
Here are your winners.
Now that's earning a well-fought victory.
Now that's the kind of win you can build some momentum off of.
These teams really put it all on the line in this tag title match. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.